This is a 7 interview. We're here with Kaso Greene. How you doing today, my man?
I'm alright.
Good to hear, man. So just before off camera, we were talking about, you said you grew up in the same areas, Queen Latifah, the Fugees, Redman. Growing up in New Jersey, you know, you're kind of right across from New York. It's a bit of a hip hop mecca. Being so close to so many influential people and such a cultural landmark for hip hop, that influenced you at all, or was it more of an inspiration to diverge from that sound a little bit?
I want to say me influence.
And talk more about that. How did it influence you?
Well, pretty much, you know, just the fact that hip hop, you know, I just always been into it. Spoken word, poetry.
Right.
You know, that's where it all started.
I heard in an interview that you started with spoken word poetry and then eventually you moved to rap. What was that move like, and what originally got you writing poetry in the first place?
I started writing poetry in, I want to say, like middle school. What got me writing poetry, I was kind of inspired from poetry from a poet named Linda Michelle Barron that came to my school when I was in school. And it kind of influenced me to write poetry, and I started writing it, and then I started like speaking it in front of people and stuff like that. And then I slowly, you know, I was always listening. I always liked hip hop, Tupac, one of my favorite artists and stuff like that. Rakim, you know what I mean, Lord Finesse. So listening to that and then writing poetry, I kind of like orchestrated the two myself, and you know, I
think that was a valuable connection, starting with poetry first and then moving to rap.
Absolutely.
Right. So I understand you spent some of your early years in and out with the law. Coming out of jail, it's clear that you had honed your craft and greatly increased your focus. The jump in quality is evident.
Appreciate that.
Of course. How was your time incarcerated? How did it influence your art, your outlook on the world, and your process in making music?
I guess, like, you know the term, like, they could lock you away, but they can't lock your mind away. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's pretty much all I had when I was in there. You know, I had opportunities. Like, when I really put my foot to pavement with the music, I had things going ever since I first started, but I just didn't really have the right back end, the right support and stuff like that. I was going through issues in life with my family, you know what I mean, so on and so. So ended up, you know, turning to what my only option at the point was, you know, to the streets. I got caught up, had a couple opportunities and blew them, you know, but I stuck with it, and it's been with me ever since. You know what I mean? My music get me through everything in life.
Right. I read in your We the Fam magazine interview that your motto is dedication plus determination equals destination. And it seems that rings true with your outlook coming out of prison. Can you speak more to what that motto means to you? Because I found it very profound.
Dedication, man, it's like I'm dedicated to music and I'm determined to make it happen. And being said, that's how I'm going to reach my destination, you know? That's crazy, man. That interview's from a while long ago. Yeah, that's digging in the crates, man.
And so you talk about destination. What is that destination for you? Is that being able to live off of your music?
My destination is being able to set a foundation for my family. You know what I mean, and show my seeds that they could be whatever they want to be. All they got to do is just stick to it, you know? And not just my seeds, man, like anybody and everybody. Like, you don't have to follow behind the next person, you know what I mean? Like, if it's in your heart and that's what you feel like you here for, then 9 times out of 10, that's what you here for, and go for it, you know? Every time I've had people in certain situations stray me off my path, and how I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing is because this is where it always comes back. You feel me?
100%. Just extending from that a little bit, you and Rashid Isaiah have an EP called The Art of Villainy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Which amazing, amazing, by the way. And just listening to some of your music, and you even joked about it a little bit as we were doing mic checks. You talk about yourself as a villain in some of your music, the art of villainy.
Yeah.
Why adopt that nomenclature? What about that sticks out to you?
I've always been a villain, man. You know what I mean? A villain is not necessarily the bad guy, you know? Like society, how can I dumb this down? The guy that's really for the people is always the villain. You know what I mean? Because society is pretty much conforming everything. They controlling everything, putting certain things in play. You know what I mean? Like, I always look beyond things. Like, I research things. You know what I mean? Like, I got different beliefs, understandings. I'm not asleep. I'm woke. You know what I mean? So I know what's going on. I'm like tapped in. You know? So I feel energies, vibrations, you know, like it's real.
Right. So connecting that a little bit to your outlook on hip hop, while we were in the elevator up here, you said rappers are talking about all the wrong shit. And
they do.
And in Bounce 84, you said, they not realer than me, they all gimmicks. And to me, that stands out as you see hip hop right now is in, you know, you describe yourself as woke. You see like they're a bit asleep at the wheel. Stuff's not as it should be.
Talk more about that. It's super dumbed down. You know what I mean? It's super dumbed down, and it's disrespectful, man. Honestly, to me, it's kind of disrespectful to the culture, like the way that the music industry turned. Man, it's crazy. But the message, like, you know, back then, you know, the message used to be, you know, it was good music.
Right.
Even gangster music, you still got good music. You could rock it at the cookout and shit like that. But now it's like, you know, the stuff that they pushing, the images and stuff that they pushing, like, it ain't gonna get you nowhere. Not saying that, you know what I mean. I'm not saying I'm not an image, you know what I mean, because I'm myself. But I'm not promoting. You know what I mean. I'm not promoting. I don't have an agenda behind what I'm speaking into the microphone. You know what I mean? I'm just simply telling you my story. And I'm telling you what I've been through. I'm telling you where I want to go. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
simple. Man. I paint pictures with my words, man.
So because of what you see as the issues in modern music, does that affect how you make your own music, or are you trying to just steer clear away from it?
Nah, I stay in my own lane. It took me a long time to really figure it out, cause I was into the trap, keeping up with that. Like, it's easy. It's real easy. You know what I mean? But it means more when you just you. You know what I mean? Like, this is my lane. I own it. You know what I mean?
So stretching a little outside of music, before you had mentioned that you were influenced by reggae, you know, stuff outside of your own sound. What else outside of music has been inspiring you recently to create?
Outside of music that inspires me to create music? My brother, you know, rest in peace. My circle, my engineer, my homies, you know what I mean? My kids, my situation in life. I want to say mainly my situation in life, you know what I mean? Because it's rough, you know what I mean? But it ain't impossible.
And I want to give you a second here to, you know, give some space. Well, first I want to offer my condolences. I know you recently lost your brother. You want to say his name, give him some space here.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Brandon Hobbs, man. B808. He would have been here with me right now, you know? So I definitely got to keep going. He had nothing but, man, he always spoke highly of me, you know? Like, the only person that really believed in me more than I believe in myself. You You know what I mean? Like, he always had that energy, like, yo, you next up. You know, you just gotta believe, Kaso. Like, he used to give me advice, you know, on some, like, man to man shit, give me some real good advice. A lot of times I didn't take it. And then he would always be right there, like, I told you, bro. I'm like, yeah, you know. Know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
everywhere I go, he there. You know what I mean? If he was ever down, I was there. Like, as long as I was around and I had, like, he wasn't without. Like, you know, I never turned my back on my brother. It just a bad situation. I just really wish I was there. You know what I mean? Before it happened.
You know, it's clear from the way you talk that you've learned a lot, you've grown a lot.
Yeah.
Been through a lot. Going through the rest of 2025, musically, otherwise, what can people expect from you?
Fire. That's it. Fire. Undeniable fire. And I ain't even talking big-headed, but it's you know what I mean? It's time, man. It's time.
Right.
I'm coming with something different. You know what I mean? My concepts definitely different. You know, I'm on a whole nother level with it. Whole different level. So I ain't going nowhere. It's obvious.
Yeah.
You know?
Amen, brother.
Like I say, man, like I say to my brother, you know what I mean? He not here with me, but it ain't over till we both gone. And he not here, but I am. So I'm gonna carry this torch.
Very well said, man. I'm just going to give you a second here if you want to shout anyone out. If you want to shout out any music you got coming out soon that you want to put people on to, anything you got going on.
Definitely want to give thanks to my creator, you know what I mean, for waking me up to see another day. And to carry on. Definitely all of my supporters, my friends, my circle, my bro Ra, Dan, you know, again 8, you know, my man Reem, my man Swift, Ty, my son, my daughter Adriana, my daughter Rennie, you know, everybody that really means something to me, and everybody that's out there that's going through something, you know what I mean, and still chasing your dream. Big up to them too.
Absolutely, man. Kaso, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you.
Definite, bro. I appreciate it.